Hare Krishna. There's a very wonderful Puranic story which shows that even when the living entity does not have Shraddha, faith, still the living entity is getting delivered. Very, very famous pastime. This was the month of Kartik, and in the month of Kartik there was a rat who entered the temple of Lord Vishnu and it wanted to eat ghee. So now there was a ghee lamp, ghee was there, and there was a wick. Now that wick was still burning. There was fire on the wick. But this rat, it took the ghee, it was eating the ghee, and at the same time, it started biting the fiery wick also. And guess what? The fire is now there in the mouth. And the rat, it started jumping. And the jumping became the arati to Lord Vishnu. And guess what? When the rat died, the rat went back home, back to Godhead. Now, sometimes when we hear such pastimes, we feel like bhakti is so powerful. Just the anga of bhakti is done. It's not that the rat was actually doing arati, but it somehow went around with the fiery wick in such a way that it became an offering of ghee lamp to the Lord. Now just think about this. When the anga of bhakti is performed, without even having proper understanding and faith, still it is so powerful. But now the question comes, what will the person who has faith, intense faith, what will he get? If without faith, if the animal is doing such an activity, anga of bhakti, and the animal is getting delivered, what will a human being, a devotee who has faith in the process, proper understanding of the process, when he is getting involved in doing some bhakti anga? Now just think about this one point. This is a miracle in the life of a faithless. What miracles will take place in the life of a person who is faithful? This is the question that we need to answer. This is such a great inspiration for all of us. When it comes to us, when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are not doing it whimsically. There's a fact. Those devotees who have been chanting 16 rounds every day, we don't do it whimsically. We have been told to do it by our spiritual masters like Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada has told us chant 16 rounds every day. Therefore we are doing it. And we have read Shastra, whatever little bit we might have read, Srila Prabhupada's books and his purports, glories of the holy name. And by Lord's mercy, by the mercy of Vaishnavas, we have faith on that. And with that faith, we are chanting. The only problem that comes is, we are not able to execute the anga of bhakti completely. Only problem is that without completing the anga of bhakti properly, we are just trying to render some service. What is the way to complete the anga of bhakti when it comes to chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? The way to complete the anga of bhakti, that is, chanting the holy names, is we are supposed to chant and we are supposed to hear. So when we chant, it is one part and it gets completed when we hear the Mahamantra. Therefore, the only thing, we have faith now. We are executing the anga of bhakti. The only thing is we have to execute the anga of bhakti completely. We have to chant and we have to hear. Nothing else in between. When we start doing this, naturally we will see that we will be able to experience the miracles. And these miracles in the life of faithless, if it is so great, then just imagine the miracles in the life of a faithful devotee. How great that will be. So let's meditate on this pastime and let's try our best to complete the anga of bhakti that we are going to do today, that is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Let's chant and let's complete the anga of bhakti by hearing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra attentively. Hare Krishna.